she said, the only way never to fail is never to try. But then your life is a failure because you've just stayed in your comfort zone the whole time.
I resonate with all of that so much. And specifically this idea, I love the science analogy because seeing it as a hypothesis, you're right, in science, you start with a hypothesis, you're not romantic about it, and then you go and pursue it and you agnostically go and test it.
Right.
Whereas what you're saying is, young people or ambitious people generally will start with a hypothesis and they will long in need for it to be perfectly correct.
That's right.
And this is also why businesses fail, because founders just do everything. And I failed in my first business for many years because of that, because I was obsessed, romantic about my hypothesis being correct, not romantic about the outcome, which was trying to be a successful person.
Right. And by the way, I mean, I don't know if listeners are interested in this, but there's a brilliant study by Philip Tetlock, who's an American psychologist, and he looked at forecasters. So people trying to predict next year's GDP or oil price or other things of this kind. And he found a really interesting pattern that the highest reputation forecasters, who are on television the most, on average make the worst predictions. An error of prediction is an opportunity to adapt the model in order to make it more predictive in the long run. But if you've been on the TV and you're supposed to be the god of forecasting, you start defending your prior assumptions. And so people who have an ego that gets in the way of hypothesis testing, they are brilliant at creative self-justification. I think the people who are most dangerous to companies and innovation are intelligent, highly talented people in a fixed mindset. They're just inveterate obstacles to making the changes you need to change in order to get the business to where you want to go to or where you want the economic model to get to and so on. So I think it's the same in meetings. As you know, I'm very interested in how businesses succeed, and the forum in which we take most key decisions are meetings, because no one person has a monopoly on truth, so you want to talk to other people. But these can be really ineffective if people think that when someone challenges you, they're insulting you. They're not. They're testing your hypothesis. We should think of meetings as mutual hypothesis testing so that we can collectively get to the best strategy or idea. And I think when you frame it in that way, you take the stigma out of challenge and dissent and failure.